The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Rolling to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Out of the game. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Chargers march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Here's Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And picked up by the Chargers. Oh, what a juke into space.
On the move past the 40.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Herbert has it knocked free.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while, because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Charger drive about to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
After the turnover, here's Herbert sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, LA! Odell Beckham, 52 yards.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 14-0. Following throwing the touchdown. Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Mahomes' throw caught by Tony.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Now Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 2nd and 5 now. Mahomes. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey.
Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
They'll give this to Akers running right.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Nothing to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A 2-yard.